New day, new episode, and new disappointments. Well, again, apparently, it looks like a certain red and black club has suddenly, from somewhere, has got some cash injection, and they are now wanting to sign Dusan Vlahovic. IG, don't. Don't tell us that Juventus suddenly have the money. I'm sorry to say, but they do. Out of nowhere, someone has donated. I don't know what this this Italian team suddenly has got a big donation from somewhere, and they are ready to buy Dusan Vlahovic. We're going to talk about that. But first, it looks like Bernd Leno has been told you can be off. Yeah. So according to Chris Wheatley, Mikel Arteta has told Bernd Leno that he can leave this month as the German closes to an exit. Football.London understands that Newcastle is one of the clubs that are talking to him. So Bernd Leno could go to Newcastle. That could be a big possibility coming up. So when that happens, Arsenal must be ready for a new goalkeeper. So according to Charles Watts, the Revs have not yet received an official bid for Matt Turner, but Arsenal are working on a deal and are hopeful it can be done before the transfer window closes at the end of the month. So Fabrizio Romano also confirmed that Arsenal and New England Revolution are in direct contact for Matt Turner, as per Taylor Twellman. Okay. It was from ESPN. Negotiations are on. Talks will continue in the coming hours. More personal terms already discussed and not an issue. It's club's negotiation now. Leno could leave soon. So Leno might leave, and Matt Turner could take his spot, where he was the goalkeeper of the year for MLS. So good player. So as everyone was coming up with their opinions, why Thomas Partey tackled and took the second yellow card and is not going to be available for the Burnley game, Thomas Partey has apologized for it. He says, I'm responsible for anything that happened and will take all the critiques. I should be more intelligent, not to get in a challenge already booked, but this is my personality. I like to fight for every ball. I love this club and I love my country, yeah, even though things sometimes don't happen how I wanted. I would continue to work harder and make things right. To Thomas Partey, you don't need to apologize. You just need to be making better decisions. Of course, you'd like to win every ball. You would like to fight for every ball. We love you for that. I don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted at all. But in that moment, if you would, I think stepping away from that decision would have been a much better choice. But apparently that did not happen. So that's okay, I guess. Moving on, Arteta on Arsenal still having a way to go before being on Liverpool's level. He says yes, because you need to have a squad of 20 to 22 top players, and to do that, it takes time. Talking about Tomiyasu now, everyone thought that Tomiyasu was not at the optimum level yesterday. Arteta says he's done incredible. We didn't want him to play. We had to push him because Cedric and Callum were out. The moment he knew that, he said he could play, and he didn't have any training session, and he was still willing to play and compete the way he's done today. Talking about the defeat, Arteta said, we are really disappointed, but we played against a top side. We had big moments in both halves, and we have to score, and we really believed we could do it. We created an incredible atmosphere. The players were excited, so it is a hard one to take. It was remarkable what 5 or 6 players have done to be available today without training. Thomas tried to help, but we ended up with 10 men. It is evident the squad is short, and we are trying to work on that. Well, it's been 3 red cards in 4 games this month itself. So Arteta on the red card record says we have played the last 3 games with 10 men. When that is the case, it's extremely difficult to win football matches at this level. Against top sides, you can't do that because you're completely exposed. It's not what we need with a lot of people out. That's definitely there. But according to Gazzetta IT, now this is a weird thing to talk about, but according to Gazzetta IT, Juventus have made a cash plus Kulusevski offer for Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus is the player's preferred destination. The move is still very much in its infancy, but the Bianconeri are moving briskly on this front. And there have been talk of a meeting between Federico Cherubini and the agent of the Serbian striker. Now, suddenly, this agent does not want to talk to Arsenal, but this guy has no problems meeting Juventus. Okay, maybe I did not like it, but David Ornstein says when you speak to people around the game, the sort of numbers being touted for Vlahovic is not ridiculous for a player in his position. The age profile, sort of productivity this season or future, I find it fascinating. Arsenal are willing to mix it in that market. Arsenal spent a lot of money on transfer fees in the summer, albeit they rebalanced their wage bill a bit in the process as well. I think the owners have clearly have had to intervene to do that and would do that the same in January. Get Italian football news say that GIFN say that Juventus have come forward with an offer for Dusan Vlahovic. They have offered 70 million euros, including Dejan Kulusevski to Fiorentina, who could be open to a sale, and the player wants the move. However, this has been categorically denied by Nicolo Shira. Nicolo Shira says, despite the last rumors, Dejan Kulusevski is not a Fiorentina's target. Moreover, the Swedish player would not leave Juventus in January. Well, that was not the only confirmation that Nicolo Shira provided. He says that Juventus wants Vlahovic for the summer is no surprise. There have been already 2 summits. The plan has been clear for months as revealed at the beginning of October. Complicated in January given that the same goal scorer of Fiorentina prefers to move at the end of the season. So, there's only one destination for Dusan Vlahovic, and I think Arsenal need to stop pursuing that target from now on. I think there's no way. There's the end of road of Dusan Vlahovic to Arsenal, and I can see that. And I think we all need to accept it and not resist it. There's no point resisting it anymore. Now, no chance. Moving on, Ian Wright was in attendance with Ted Lasso. Of course, he was. And the coach Beard as well, assistant coach to Ted Lasso, who was there. And so was Sami Khedira, accompanied by Per Mertesacker. Of course, Sami Khedira has been at Emirates for a long time. He's been a part. Also, Jurgen Klopp, after the match, when asked about facing Chelsea in the final, he says, Martinelli, by the way, everyone should remember that name. Outstanding player. Bro, answer what you've been asked. So stick to that, yeah. Well, that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, I think, yes, the bomb had to be dropped, and I think I have dropped it, and I think I will be a sane person to tell you the sane update about Dusan Vlahovic is that he's most likely going to Juventus. And there's no doubts about it anymore. In my mind, there isn't any. If it is, then make sure you move it. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.